Oh, Gallifrey, everyone.
What's up, internet? I'm at Odeon right now with Stuart. Say hey, Stuart.
Hey.
We're waiting for the Batman thing to start, and we've got like an hour. So we're just chatting about Doctor Who and how Stephen Moffat is a bitch. He sucks.
He's okay, but I mean, there's flaws, obviously, but
There's
that's
huge flaws.
I mean, yeah, huge flaws.
Huge
but,
flaws.
I mean, he was good at one point.
Yeah, but that was when he was writing individual episodes. He's seriously dropped off. Like because basically when he became a writer of huge story arcs, he had to make every single episode he wrote huge and impressive and oh my god, the world's gonna end, which kind of desensitizes you to it. And at the same time, he just has completely lost the idea of what Doctor Who is. He kind of hasn't got the idea of just the Doctor beating aliens, which is why I think episodes like A Town Called Mercy are brilliant, because they're not, oh my god, the world's going to end. It's a really small episode, very character focused, but there is still an alien threat.
Yeah. I mean, next series, with Series 8, I'm really hoping that if the plots get a little less end of the universe-y and has a bit more of a bit more smaller in scale, because I feel that he's nerfed what end of the universe actually means. And also I hope my favourite series was Series 5 and stuff, and that was good at the time because it really did do stuff with like time and space and stuff that wasn't done before. But then he sort of kept doing it and the novelty wore off. So next series, I'm not one of those people that thinks it's too complicated. I always found it easy to understand.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, but he tries too hard to make it complicated, to seem complicated, I think.
Yeah.
And it's starting to tick a lot of people off, quite royally.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it's not too hard. Like what he did originally, it was good.
Yeah.
Like the end of the universe thing, it was good. But end of the universe should be saved once every so often, once every like 2 or 3 season finales.
Not even that. Maybe like once every blue moon.
When David Tennant left, Journey's End, Stolen Earth, it was acceptable to do it then. I think. The Big Bang 2 was quite good, but I think not just the fact that he's repeating it, he's repeating something that only works once.
Yeah. I mean, look at Series 5 and Series 6. Series 5, universe that's different but we don't quite know it. Series 6, sort of the same thing with the same, world that's sort of not quite right, and also universe is dying. He literally just sort of a rinse and repeat, like right there, and it's quite... That's a word.
Yeah, that's why I think some of the best episodes are character-based. So as I said earlier, Journey to the Centre of the TARDIS, A Town Called Mercy. And to be honest, one of my favourites of all time has got to be Vincent and the Doctor.
Oh, that's
just because that is
classic. Absolutely.
It's really well. The way they base it on the characters is done really well, and I think coupled with the fact that it's not a huge universe-ending thing, just the way the characters are made and kind of the interaction and the alien, how it's not a world-destroying evil alien, how it is just a scared monster. I think is absolutely. It's brilliant.
The same with episodes like sort of Blink. The angels at the time, they weren't trying to destroy the universe. They wanted a food supply, and that's what they wanted.
Admittedly, them getting the TARDIS would have destroyed the universe, but that wasn't played on too much.
No, that was an effect of what they wanted.
Yeah.
They just wanted a food source. All they wanted was something. They just wanted to live forever, essentially, and have an infinite food supply, and that they weren't concerned with what the damage would be. That's sort of it. They were survivors.
Yeah, I think another brilliant bit about the Weeping Angels is the camera work, how you never actually see them move, which is why I think they kind of got ruined in Flesh and Stone, and somewhat in Angels Take Manhattan, but not as much. Because in Flesh and Stone, you see them moving, and that first of all completely debases how they move. Like also, in Blink, it said that they literally cannot move unless someone is no one is looking at them,
and they're clearly looking at each other.
He says it's not something they think. The Doctor says it's a fact of their biology. They cannot change it. If someone looks at them, they are automatically turning to stone, even if they are in a really awkward position.
Also, that is quite obvious in that scene in Flesh and Stone that they are looking at each other. No one's eyes are covered in that scene, apart from Amy, which makes it make even less sense.
Yeah.
That they can move in front of each other. But yeah.
I think another, the other bit is how in Angels Take Manhattan you actually see them. You see them take Rory, and that's one of the best bits as well. You don't actually see anything happening. All you see is statues in different positions. You don't see the people changing time. So when Kathy Nightingale got touched, you saw the angel creeping up on her, but you didn't see it moving, and you saw her you saw her in another time, but you didn't actually see her changing times. You saw her in one time and then in another time.
Yeah. Time was happening in a straight line from her perspective, and it was all linear, kind of.
Yeah,
and
that's one thing I find interesting. What I love, I only realised this recently, Unit do not see the Doctor's timeline as we see it. They see it as every so often a random guy pops up pretending to be the Doctor, and they don't know if he is or isn't, and they have to go with what he says.
Well, it's pretty obvious.
Because, think about it, Matt Smith appeared at Unit after
last time they saw him,
Yeah,
as
he
far as we
appeared
know, was
before David Tennant.
Was the Sontaran Spectacle, I think. So last time they saw him was that. And all we know, they could have seen David Tennant afterwards.
Yeah, so it could all just be interlinked and everything. It's weird.
Even in the classic series, Brigadier was always hanging out with the second and third Doctor.
Yeah.
Because the second Doctor appears for the Brigadier when Brigadier is old and nearing retirement, and even though the last time he saw the second one from the second Doctor's perspective was during the first time he saw the Great Intelligence.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's just.
Also,
I love that though. Yeah. I love how we see things from the Doctor's perspective, but some things aren't. But things aren't. Time isn't from the Doctor's perspective. Time is from Earth.
Yeah.
So they had the Autons, and then 12 months after, they had the Slovene, not Auton's end of the world Slovene.
Yeah.
It's all weird, which I think is one of the best bits about time travel.
Oh, it's getting a bit crowded.
Yeah, it's getting a bit crowded, and to be honest, I'm running out of time on the camera. So
yeah, exactly.
Sweet. I'll catch up with you after Batman. Wait, Batman Begins the first one. Do they have intervals?
Oh yeah, that's 3 intervals. Yeah, that's
how long are the intervals?
Like an hour or less.
No,
not an hour. It's less than that. But
I'll fall asleep if they have intervals that are too long.
Yeah, there's just toilet breaks.
Oh, sweet. So 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Right, I'll catch up with you guys in the toilet break.
Yeah.
Bye.